Hey Ray, sweetie, did you know that 2.3 billion lumens were dumped on the market by SDF in 2023? Let's take a look and see what 2.3 billion lumens buys you in 2023. Stop licking yourself. We're trying to be professional here. Shame, shame, shame. Dang Matamoros says, just watching this video and I got a fake ad for XRP, SOL, and BTC. Every time David does a riddle, you should also. That'd be a great idea. Trick chimes in and says, football, Arsenal versus Liverpool. Well done, kind sir. You got your afternoon planned out. Big thank you out there, too, to Jeremy for supporting the channel big time with his latest support. Thank you very, very much, sir. Bitcoin sitting at 44,337, ETH 2244. XRP clinging on to 57 cents. We're told time and time again the train has left the station. That's a shitty station if we're only at 57 cents. So, by the way, SOL retracing from its highs, like, it went up crazy, right, percentage-wise. So even it at $94 right now is still way, way, way ahead of the pack. But by the way, SOL sitting at $94.73. Could not hold on to that 100 XLM. We're going to talk about a lot in this video, sitting at 11.8 cents. 1.65% to the down. Okay, so that's the last couple years. We're going to get to that. But 2.3 billion. Okay, so you look at a little bit of Stellar Expert. As always, any article you see in this video, along with all my other ones, will be linked in the description below. Starting it off here at 26.3 in the circulating supply, and then we take a look on over here, and we're at 28.6. It's 2.3 billion lumens added to the circulating supply in the last year. Stellar invests in MoneyGram, gets a seat on the board. That's right. During a recent go-private transaction with Madison Dearborn, SDF became a minority investor in MoneyGram International. SDF CEO and Executive Director Donnell Dixon said in a statement, the investment was made out of SDF's own cash treasury, the assets set aside to support operations of SDF rather than the enterprise fund. Comes from the circulating supply. So, took some of those lumens and bought a seat on the MoneyGram board. Did you really need to buy a seat on a board that you already are working with? And you don't even have a partnership. You have more than it. You actually have like a business product with, and yet you had to use lumens to buy a seat on the board. Okay. Stellar Developments Foundation investment in MoneyGram International. You are welcome to read this. They talk about it here and talk about being on the board of directors, yada yada. UNHCR distributes cash assistance through Stellar Aid Assist. Okay, cool. Cool. I think that's cool. Can use some rails that are in place. I think that's one of the big feathers in the cap for Stellar. I think a lot of us could agree that Stellar has a ton of rails. Like if that's one of the big positives you have to lean on, they do. They have a lot of rails, and a lot of it was made possible with the MoneyGram partnership. That is fact. You cannot argue that there is a definite utility use case with the physical rails that have been built. So seriously, that is good. You also got the Stellar Social Club, created with community you in mind. You could introduce Stellar Social Club. Let's break it down. At SDF, we get real community engagement. Goes beyond the basics. It's more than just responding to your Discord, following you back on Twitter, catching up an event once a year. And we know that you, the Stellar community, are the ones that support the network regardless of market volatility, regulatory challenges, published tweets that could have been used as an edit button. So, okay, you got Stellar Social. I mean, that's kind of cool. 2.3 billion lumens? I mean, does that sound fair? I mean, does that seem like a fair amount to spend to get results that, you know, if we go over the last year price-wise, Stellar just sucks? I got the last 2 years up on the screen, and it's, I mean, come on. The biggest move that Stellar had, and I zoomed it out just so you could see this just very easily. The biggest pump that Stellar had, XLM had, was July Torres pump, which dealt with XRP, so that's not really directly related to lumens being spent. So we've got lumens being spent, 2.3 billion of them, which didn't really equal any price action. Sorband development happened. Hey, that's kind of cool. set here to launch in maybe like the next 3 weeks or so, 3 weeks and a day or so. So, I mean, that's cool. Buy the rumor, sell the news. We already know Sorban's coming, so, I mean, like, I guess the news is here. Sorban, I mean, that there was some of those lumens spent on Sorban, and, I mean, that's not really helped. I mean, we're at 11.8 cents, and if I zoom out a little bit more, there's huge chunks of time here at 20, 30 cents. That's not even anywhere near the spectrum of what we're talking about. So when they talk about, you know, thanking people in the Stellar Social Club, and let's get up to that. We know you, the Stellar community, are the ones who support the network regardless of market volatility. Well, I also think it's not just market volatility, but poor performance. You spend 2.3 billion lumens to support the Stellar network, and, you know, the thing that fuels the Stellar network is really doing poopy. Price-wise, performance, this is not good. Look at this. I mean, look at this representation, and this is going back from poo-poo price action to June of 2022. So you're talking a year and a half where you're basically sideways. So that's 2.3 billion lumens to get you what for results? Now, I know. People are going to be like, Klaus, you're being negative. They're building stuff. That's so cool. You could build a bridge to the fucking moon if you want. If no one uses it, right? If years have gone by and you're still telling me, ooh, wait for adoption. I'm like, yo, dude, I built that fucking bridge to the moon. How come no one's using it? And people are like, it's not really interested. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't want to spend money on it. Maybe I'm just afraid. Maybe I don't want to use it. There's other ways we could get out there. I don't want to use the bridge to the moon. I'd rather just take the quicker rocket or the thing that's been proven time and time to get us there safely. I mean, but that's my point. You're looking at 18 plus months of shit price performance. And I'm pardon the language. I'm sorry about that. I'll clean it up. 18 months of garbage performance. 2.3 billion lumens spent. Some of those lumens to buy a seat on a board that you already have built a product with. You have taken it past partnership. You have actually taken it to product on the ground level working, available in a ton of locations. And yet you still needed to spend some of that 2.3 billion lumens right here that was added to the supply to do that, and that didn't yield any action. So you took money from XLM, right, from the lumens, to buy a seat on a board that you already had a partnership and a product with. You also used it to kind of get some UNHCR action. That's cool. What about Stellar Social Club? Maybe you can win some socks. But you spent 2.3 billion lumens, and this is what you got for the year? Oh, bro, we're getting ready to moon. No, look at the volume. It's just not even showing up at the bottom of the screen. Oh, we're building all this and that. Are you? Because when I click on this right here, I can show you quite dramatically that transactions and processed operations are going down quite heavily here. Check it out. Showing you right now the last 18 months where price action has sucked ass. Well, guess what? Transactions have really fallen off here in like the last year. That's what it looks like in the last year. That's the orange bars. So we're spending a lot of money, a lot of your money, because you're buying lumens. I'm not buying this. No way. So you're spending money. They're now spending 2.3 billion in the last year. And the results that you're getting are what, everyone? This? 11.8 cents? Akon City, big project built on Stellar Chain. That was a scam. I mean, there's no settlement of anything with XLM. I mean, are they doing anything to help? They say, oh, well, thank you for supporting us during market volatility. How about you guys go, hey, thank you for supporting us by supporting XLM. And they're like, oh, no, I'm sorry, we're not going to do that. We're we're just gonna dump 2.3 billion in 1 year in the market, and you're gonna get network usage that just isn't really happening. I mean, like, there's your proof right here. In the last year, network usage has gone down. So again, you've spent money for things to go down. I think that's not how it works. I'm not a rocket scientist. But I think if you spend money, I think things should probably point up and not go down. That's you know, I know that's a tough concept, very tough concept, and I think the same thing would go to, if we know that 2.3 billion lumens was spent from this part of my cursor to right here, we probably know another 3 or 4 billion lumens were spent right here during this time too. So we could probably be like, hey, look, 6 billion plus lumens were spent to gift you this. Now, you could say what you want, Klaus, you're being negative. And I could be like, well, I'm actually being a mirror to the story. I'm actually showing you that you can spend 6 billion lumens because Stellar's not making enough money to cover the costs themselves. Why do you think they keep dumping lumens on the market? Why do you think they keep dumping in circulating supply? To fund their operations, to buy seats on MoneyGram, companies they already have products with. Hey, let's basically just give your money to MoneyGram, and in return, you get this price action. I mean, I don't know what kind of business world you are down with, but the world that I'm down with, when you spend money, especially if you're spending like, let's be real here, if you're spending like 6 billion lumens, that's totally shit. You better be doing something that really impacts a ton of people. But no, transactions are actually going down. The price is nowhere near anywhere what it used to be. Other things are clawing themselves way, way back, way better. Take a look at the heat map and you're like, oh yeah, totally, I get this. Just look, make it a month. And in the month, XLM is in the red. Everything else, look at that. Inge up 105, TIA up 50 something. All these no ones. Look, Filecoin even up 18%. OP 55%. HBAR 14. Right? You go over here and you're like, oh man. Stacks 72%. ICP, not Insane Clown Posse. No, that's not Insane Clown Posse. That's something that's up 140%. Oh, poopy. But it's cool. Because they keep dumping lumens on the market, and then like that makes them money, and see, they can pay themselves, and they can do what's good for themselves, and they can say thank you, and they can give you a pair of socks, which is pretty cool. Maybe they could get you other Stellar swag, maybe a cool backpack. That's cool, but I just don't know if that's 2.3 billion lumens. Look at that. During the video, Ray was like, look, I can't deal with this. This is too hard for me to listen to. And then Leia jumps in because she can handle it. But I think what we're going to have to do is this. We're going to have to circle back here in maybe like a week and revisit the comments to this video. Because I would love to see people defend spending billions and billions and billions of lumens to get shit for price, to get a network that's got less and less transactions on it, spending billions and billions of lumens. We can't even see the impact. I mean, let's be real here. It's not like it's cheap. When you spend that much money, I mean, we're talking like you do realize that there's like 20-something billion lumens on the market, all put on the market by SDF. So, I mean, you do understand that if you multiply that out, the amount of money that they are spending, you better have something so impactful. Because if I were to give you the amount of money that they spent, I bet you by now they've dumped well over $1 billion onto the market in USBI. Well over that. Whole shit, way over that. I would bet you that if I gave you over $1 billion, that you could do a hell of a lot more with it than they could. You could show me a hell of a lot more with your results. I have so much more faith in you than I do in them. And the hard part is we're going to circle back to the comments, and we're going to see people defend this. We're going to see people defend spending a shit ton of money on bad results, on decreased network activity, on, yeah. I mean, it's crazy. You know, oh yeah, I forgot too. So when you spend like 2.3 billion in a year, you still have huge problems. Because remember, their main thing is to support the Stellar ecosystem, right? Their Stellar Development Foundation. But just remember that Stronghold out there has got how many clone products with the exact same picture on it, the exact same name, and they're all like scams, and it just tarnishes it. So you even have good projects on Stellar chains that are getting hampered, that are getting crushed by scams and schemes with the same likeness. Could you imagine going to the grocery store and you're like, yo, I want me some Lucky Charms. Yeah, man, I want some Lucky Charms. So I go up there, I grab the box of Lucky Charms, take the box of Lucky Charms, I put it in my cart. I push my cart out to the checkout thing, and I'm like, oh, here's the Lucky Charms. And I go to self-checkout, because you know Walmart's all stupid like that. You got to do the self-checkout. But then again, it's like, look, I can scan my own shit, so hey, it's fucking cool. So I take my Lucky Charms, beep, pay it, and it's like $5.49. I'm like, holy shit, inflation. What the? Oh, okay, I love my Lucky Charms. Okay, cool. Put my Lucky Charms in the basket, go home. Now, I want to have a bowl of cereal. And I want to eat that bowl of cereal with some really, really nice fine china and like a sterling silver ladle. And so like I do, I'm just like, you know, pinky up type thing. So I take that box and I open that box and I pour my Lucky Charms. And there's nothing in there. But the box looks like Lucky Charms and it weighs like Lucky Charms when I shake it. And then like I took the Lucky Charms box and I poured it in there and I'm like, wait a minute. That's not there's nothing in there. It's not a bowl of cereal. It's Sunday morning and I want to watch Crypto with Klaus and learn why all this stuff is just absolutely bullshit and I can't even have Lucky Charms. But I went to the store and it looks like Lucky Charms and it even is called Lucky Charms. And so now I don't have Lucky Charms either. But I paid for it. And so did you, to the tune of 2.3 billion lumens in 2023. So, did you get your money's worth? Let's revisit this in a week and see how interesting the comments are defending poor performance. I'm going to get a real bowl of Lucky Charms now. I'll catch you cool cats later.